September was not a very good month when it came to the stock market. I mean, from the beginning of September to the end of September, the S&P 500 was down almost 5.5%. Now, I recorded this on the day of the presidential debate, but before it, so hopefully things don't change too much during the debate or after the fact. The market may be down 5.5%, but I'm only down 3.5%. Who's smarter now? Warren Buffett? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jacob Fisher, and it's the end of the month, which means we are talking about my portfolio and the changes I've made to it and the previous hedging that I've done with it and just kind of seeing where it's at. Last video I mentioned how I would be selling Exxon and Chevron, and I have done that. I've also sold the put options that I bought to hedge my very tiny positions on it as well. The options I bought for Exxon and Chevron did pretty well, with both averaging a bit over 100% gain. Exxon, I sold my 2 shares for a $13 loss while making $50 in the option hedge. Chevron was a $12 loss while making $111 in the option trade. Overall, not too upset, and I know I didn't need to hedge a $200 position, but I figured why not? At least experiment with the idea of doing it before I have a bigger portfolio. My portfolio actually still has a very small amount of CVX and XOM because I received dividends from them last month, and it kind of just came back with them reinvested, so it bought more shares of them, and that's why it's such a tiny number. I might add them back to my portfolio once they kind of go down further and we see this whole thing through with the presidential election this year, which I'll get into later on. Moving on to some of the things I added since my last video, we'll first get into Etsy, which is actually one of the only new names that I've added, and I added them at $114, which is what I paid for it, because it hit the very strong signals for me to buy according to my strategy, where I add new things to my portfolio. Etsy is down 1.4% this month, but I actually am up 7.8% because I got in during a dip. So that's pretty much it when it comes to additions to my portfolio. However, I have added another share of AMD just to lower my cost basis, and I've been reinvesting all the dividends that any of the stocks have given me, which was only $1.35 for the month of September. So definitely not very much at all. Currently trying to keep my portfolio around 5% with every name in it, and currently Apple is sitting around 8% in the overall value of my portfolio. So I'm going to slowly be buying more stocks to kind of offset that one. Let's take a look at the best and worst performing stocks in my portfolio. Now, I'd show you the E-Trade portfolio, but showing off account numbers sounds like a very bad idea. So we're going to put everything in this nice and easy Google Sheet to tell me my gains overall and the losses I've taken this month from each stock. Keep in mind this is just E-Trade, and we'll do Robinhood after this one. The worst performing stocks are CVX and XOM all the way down here, but we won't really get into them because again I only have 0.04 shares of them, so it's not worth it for me to get into them because I don't consider them part of my portfolio right now. The stocks that we have down are Apple, down 15% this month, but I am still up 11% overall. Then we move on to AMD, down 11%, up 4.5%. JPM is down 4.7%, but up 6% for me, so not bad. Microsoft is down 8%, but my return is 2.5%. PBA down 13% and down 11% for me. That might be, it's another high dividend stock, PBA, that I think I need to get rid of. Cure down 10% and down 10% overall for me. That's not too good. Stag down 6%, but up 11% for me overall. Not too shabby, but some of the names are definitely down a bit this month, and we're seeing it heavily in the tech sector because tech is down a lot in the month of September, at least of right now. Maybe the debate will change things. Who knows? Let's move into the good names though. Let's first get into Beyond, up 22% this month and 25% for me. Thanks Beyond Meat. If you guys haven't tried Beyond Meat, you just get out there and try it. It's kind of an experience. That's also partly due to a deal with Walmart that they just made. I think it was for sausage. Space is up 17% this month, and my return overall up 10%. That's pretty good for me. That's pretty much it though, and all the stocks that are up nicely. I mean, we can take a slow look at this portfolio and notice some big names, with Pinterest being up 60% overall for me. Great, and only 5% this month, but I think September just wasn't the best name for stocks, even though I still am only down 3.5% overall in the month of September, and then actually up about 6% overall in my portfolio currently. The month of August was a great month for investing, with myself being up 9% overall, and now September down 3.5%. I'm up 6% overall. It's still up overall, so I'm not too upset about it. Hopefully we can finish this year out strong and stocks get a nice boost, but it is an election year and stocks can get pretty volatile during times like this. I might grab some SPY puts, maybe not many, 1 or 2 for the whole portfolio, because depending on the election, the stock market might decline a lot. I should also be diversifying more of my portfolio, and that'll be a focus of over the next few months when I make my additions to the portfolio. I'm going to be getting more into consumer goods, because even in an election year and a pandemic, people are still buying food and they still need to eat. So I'm going to be considering some stocks like them to hopefully balance out my portfolio even more. Let's real quick get into the Robinhood portfolio. In the last month, I am down 3.14% for the last month, which is fairly good. Obviously, it's not the best, but it's not the worst, like the S&P 500 down 5%. I invest much smaller amounts in Robinhood because they have fractional shares, so I just go out and invest $20 in a company here, $20 there, and I try to do that every week. As you can see, the entire portfolio here on the side, we have a heavy focus in Tesla, which is the best performing stock in here, and it is up almost 55% overall. Still, again, down 8% for the month. Not ideal. Tesla also makes up 11% of my portfolio, which, as you can tell, it's a very speculative portfolio because of that, and I'm hoping Tesla will go up more. They just did their split, so I got a bit more shares than the last video. Most recently, I added Alibaba, Roku, Twitter, and Amazon to my portfolio because I think they're great growth names that you should also include in your portfolio. For the past year, though, I'm up 11.5%, so I can't be mad about that. That's pretty good. You can see the chop that has definitely occurred during the month of September. It's insane. I mean, we hit all-time highs on August 31st and then drop by September 3rd and 4th. Ooh. The core portfolios in E-Trade that I have, it's still going on, and I wouldn't say it's going strong because I think it's up 0% this year, which is, I mean, that's just awful. Why would it? I'm not even sure why I still have it around since it's up 0%. Maybe I need to adjust it to be more growth orientated or more safer. Well, safer, but I don't know. I can, however, confirm that I am smarter than the people who run the portfolio at E-Trade, at least for now. Let me know down in the comments what you think of my portfolio, the recent additions that I made being Etsy and Amazon up in Robinhood. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments below. I upload videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on travel and finance, so if that sounds like it's something interesting to you, make sure you subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.